Alright my homies, what is up everybody? It is the Khaiza and we're back again with another Mortal Kombat Hourglass video. We just recently finished up MK9, I think 2 weeks ago or 1 day ago if you count on YouTube terms, but 2 weeks ago on stream on Twitch. And so now we're going to be jumping diving first into Mortal Kombat X, man. This is honestly really after playing the story mode, which you'll see later in the video, and also just trying out the game. I think this is one of my favorite Mortal Kombats to date, or at least of the modern era. I can't really say about the past ones, but yeah, Mortal Kombat X is just faster than MK9. It feels a lot more smoother. Special moves actually click in and make sense, right? Comparatively speaking to MK9, right? You know, back forward, for example, for Scorpion Spear is it makes sense than back one, you know? So I actually had fun with the story mode, and everything just seemed to click in with MKX, right? I feel because of my days of practicing MKX, not you know, just practicing online, but you know, practicing MK buttons and stuff like that. I feel I had a better time with MKX than I did with MK9, which was a short time. I mean, of course a short time, but still MKX is still one of my favorite Mortal Kombats, you know, to date, right? So leave a like below if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below on what y'all's thoughts on MKX, if it was your favorite Mortal Kombat as well. And I'll see you next time. Mortal Kombat X. So let's go and practice, right? First off is the roster for Mortal Kombat. You have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 25 characters. So that's not far off from Mortal Kombat 1 or MK9. It's a pretty hefty base roster. However, Scorpion, you get to have different variations, and this was the gimmick behind MKX back then, was that you can choose different gameplay styles for your character, right? So you can choose between ninjutsu variation, inferno variation, or Hellfire variation for Sub-Zero, for instance. And this is the same for other characters that are in MKX. So if you have 25 characters in MKX, multiply that by 3, you get a total of 75 characters. This is with unique traits, so each character feels a different character, you know, sort of thing. So it sort of expands your brain a little bit of you know, what you can play and what's your best variation character. A lot of people didn't like it, right, on a pro level per se, because it kind of limits down your character from all of his moves to one pro goated variation. But on a casual level, I really liked it because, you know, as a casual fan getting into the Mortal Kombat games, it just sort of feels you have more characters to play with. That's really fucking awesome. A lot of other fighting games will just have one character, and you know, that's it. That's your entire character's kit. But you get to play with different variations. If you don't like one variation, then you could sort of you know, pick one that counters your opponent, sort of thing, you know? But I get it, it's very limiting that you only choose one character. You get the best guest characters in a Mortal Kombat ever, in my opinion, right? This whole Mortal Kombat was horror inspired. So in that sense, we got Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. We got Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We have the Predator, right? Badass fucking character. And we have Alien. So, to me, in my honest opinion, this was like a much more goated DLC. This was a much more goated roster than MK like 11. Alright, but here's like a gameplay reason now that we're in the game and all. Here are gameplay reasons why I like Mortal Kombat, you know, X over, you know, some of the other like MK games. Maybe like MK9 if I really watch videos and dive deep into the game's mechanics. But yeah, you have a backdash, you have forward dashing, oh, and you have running mechanics. So you have like a full screen run if you input a block. And you could like run block as well. Should they bring back the running mechanic? Well, I can't really per se on that like level because I didn't like play the MK1 beta, unfortunately, right? I know a lot of people complain about like the movement speed of MK1, and they're gonna have, what was it, dash blocking, so it makes the movement a little bit better. But if you want like my opinion, I want them to bring back running, right? Running is such like an aggressive feature, right? And that's like the nature of MK9. It's an aggressive fucking game with characters being able to do like this game was called the 50-50 game in a nutshell, right? Because a lot of characters can do like overheads into like lows, and it was just, you have to guess the mix up the game, right? Which was funny because like I think I remember an early like podcast video by the Triple KO dudes, Max, Justin, and Matt McMuscles. They had like a guest podcaster, one of the MK fan guys, PND Mustard and Ketchup, or one of the brothers. And one of the brothers said they didn't like, or both of the brothers said they don't like MKX because it was constant 50-50s, right? I can understand that to a certain degree because MK11 like took that away, and it's just made moves a lot more readable. They're slower, but they're a lot more readable. Because this game is fast. Look how fast this teleport is. Like, you could do shit like this for like 23%, right? Like, this game is fucking fast. Oh. This was also one of the characters that drew me, one of the games that drew me to one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat history. Kotal Kahn. I love this bitch. Kotal Kahn is kind of like one of my favorite characters because, you know, he's voice. That's a kind of like my... yeah, I would say main. I played him in MK11. I didn't play a lot of MKX, but I just love the character, like, you know, aesthetics, right? He's the new emperor after Shao Kahn. He has, like, Native American, like, accoutrements, like something from, like, the Aztecs or the Mayans or Incas, right? He's a cool, like, fun character, right? His variations are also fucking sick, right? That was it. On your knees. Ugh.
I grow stronger.
On your knees. I love this guy. You can do shit like that. Look at that, you get like 37%. But this is either if in pro level, if you're not picking War God variation, you're picking Blood God variation. You can set up totems. I don't think they stack. Yeah, look at how much damage I just did. Blood God is a is either your buff variation for Kotal Khan. You get to either. Oh yeah, I forgot. You get to do sun rays, right? Oh, the sun rays also like restore health on you. Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what it is. So the totems either give you a damage buff, a damage reduction buff, gains additional super meter when taking damage and blocking attacks. Ooh. Yeah, mommy. Okay, coming. They're fast too. Wow. Blood Totem. And Blood Totem depletes the opponent's super meter on connected attacks and gives total health and super meter when Blood Totem fully times out. Ooh.